Hey, what's going on guys, it's me Blighty Gamer and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be continuing What If Cynthia Was Ash's Mom. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I really enjoy writing this, and let's get started with the story, shall we? We see our heroes en route to O3. It's been a few days since after leaving Jubilife City, and now they're currently having a break while their Pokemon's having fun. Ash has a lot of new ideas and perspective in battles now ever since joining contests, while Dawn is determined to win her first ribbon. But the Ash tells her to not overdo it, also not to be too overconfident, because that leads to her loss last time. She knows, but asks Ash why is he putting down notes. Ash explains he's just putting his observation from anything that is not normal, encountering a legendary, and maybe the mysteries of Sinnoh. Basically, gathering information. He also did that with Gibble since he's not a normal one. She understands but asks about Gibble's moves back in the contest. His moves were different from the last time Gibble showed off its moves. Ash is a little bit hesitant, but Dawn keeps bothering him about it. He asks Dawn to keep this as a secret because he doesn't want anyone to know about it. The only people that who knows he can do it. It is his mom and Professor Rowan. Dawn tells Ash to trust her and she'll make sure no one knows about it. Ash proceeds to tell Dawn that he has a skill to change his Pokemon's moveset, but only before battle and if the Pokemon has a move in mind. Dawn was shocked. She didn't even know someone could do that, and that was the reason why no one knows for so long, because people might misuse it and might go to the wrong hands, Ash said. She understands now why it's a secret, and asks if he can teach her. It might even help her in contests or in other situations. But she tells Ash she won't break their promise. He knows Dawn can be trusted with it since she has been helping him make sure people doesn't know he's Cynthia's son. So, he would teach Dawn how to do it. They called their Pokemon so Dawn could practice the technique. Ash explains it's more on knowing your Pokemon's moves, and once they have more than 4, you have to store their moves somewhere. Then if you want to change, you have to show it to them. Dawn kinda understands it, so she began to do it. It took a long while for her to learn it. She did it after doing it with Piplup, but still needs more practice with it. Ash suggests to upgrade her dex because he already has the feature, plus it makes things more easier. Don't keep that in mind once they reach a center. Since they're at the middle of the route and getting closer to Oreburgh City, Ash would train his Pokemon with the help of Dawn and her team. Ash's team benefited from the contest battles thanks to this. It made the three improve their stats and move timing. Dawn has a new technique and has been practicing, also using Ash's Pokemon to help them master it. When they have a practice battle, they use all their mons. Ash wanted to show this new move he come up with, and Dawn wanted to show her her new technique. She asked him to attack them first. He would oblige. He tells the three to use a fusion move that they come up with. Starly starts to glow its wings, then starts flying towards Piplup and Venery, which the latter prepare themselves. Then shockingly, Ash tells Gibble and Krogan to use Dragon Rage and Poison Sting on Starly's wings. When the move gets closer, the starling Pokemon starts to circling its wings to fuse them together and form a Dragonic and Poison wings. Ash dubbed this move Winged Dragon Sting. This shocks Dawn and the rest but went back to focus. Once Starly is near, Dawn tells the two to jump and go near. Piplup and Veneer nodded. They trust their trainer, plus they've been practicing it with it. When they did it, Dawn tells them to spin, which the Penguin and Bunny Pokemon dodges the move, fusion move, which caused Starly to stop and cancel out the move. Dawn is happy on her two Pokemon. They master the move, while Ash is surprised but congrats his team. He asks Dawn what is the technique. She calls it the spin dodge and explained more to Ash. This interests Ash, asks if he could teach him the technique. Dawn is happy to do it. Ash is a very quick learner, so he mastered the technique after practicing it. One day, while resting, Dawn encounters a Pachirisu. She wants to catch it, and after battling it, she caught it. But when she sent it out, Pachirisu shocks everyone because it's very hypered and disobedient, or you know how it does. And a lot of mishap shenanigans with Pachirisu until the entire team tries to chase and cornered him. But when Pachirisu is about to use discharge, Piplup has a plan. He motions everyone to get behind Gibble, which they did, and lit Gibble so he could take the attack since he's a ground type. It works for a bit, but the lightning bolt splits apart and hits everyone, causing all but one to be in pain. After getting shocked, Dawn is upset at Pachirisu. Maybe she should release it so he could just run wherever he wants. She released Pachirisu and went back to the camp. But after getting comfort from Ash and realizing her mistake, tries to find Pachirisu, but it's too late. It's already left. Dawn is saddened by this. The next time if she encounters another Pokemon like Pachirisu, she won't let her touch overcome her. Ash and Dawn are getting closer to Oreburgh, but they were stopped by what looks like a ember shooting upwards. They go to investigate what it is. When they got there, they see a boy with a Chimchar battling a Starly, which he captures it. Ash approaches the boy and congrats him for the capture and if he wants to battle, but the boy declines and tells him he does not battle weak trainers. Ash is confused, but the boy explains more about Ash's Starly. He saw him catch it and he should get a stronger one. Ash asks how can he tell if his Pokemons are weak. The boys show him by sending out 3 Starlies and using his Pokédex to scan their stats and moves. He found one and released the other 2. Take a hike, I don't need you, the boy said. Ash tells him that was harsh and his Starly isn't weak. He could tell because all Pokemon have the potential to get stronger with enough hard work and training and trust, and you have to care for them. But the boy scoffs at this and calls Ash pathetic, but he will battle him to prove a point. He requests this battle to be a 3v3, no substitutes. Ash agrees to it and asks Dawn to be the ref. Before they start, the boy introduces himself as Paul. The two sends out their respective Starly. Become an aerial battle between the two. Ash's Starly tries to use quick attack but Paul's Starly dodges and hits Starly with aerial ace. Ash tells Starly to circle around using quick attack. It did, and when Paul is about to command an aerial ace, suddenly Ash's Starly pulls a surprise Sun attack, stunning the other Starling Pokemon. Then follow it with wing attack. But Paul has enough. Command it to use wing attack. It did cause Ash's Starly to be in pain. Then it was followed by tackle, hitting directly in the leg. Starly crashed down to the floor, and Ash begs for his Pokemon to get up, but one of his talons is broken. So Paul commands Starly to finish it with aerial ace. Due to its talon he can't move. It gets hit by an aerial ace, fainted in the process. Paul returned his Starly and said to Ash, he was right, he is pathetic trainer to have a weak Pokemon. Ash gritted his teeth. He returned Starly and praising it for a job well done. He sends out Gibble, which made Paul raise an eyebrow and said, interesting. Ash is confused but later asks about it. Paul sends out Chimchar. They both use Dig. After a while, it made both of them pop out of their holes. Chimchar tries to use Scratch, but however, Gibble beats him with Dragon Rage. Chimchar was struck and then flew back. Paul demands Chimchar to get up, which the Fire Chim Pokemon did, and used Flame Wheel, directly hitting Gibble to get a knockback. Then barrages Gibble with Scratch. But then Gibble bites into Chimchar's head and finishes it with Bulldoze. Paul returns Chimchar and calls it pathetic, while Ash pats Gibble in the head and recalls him. Ash tells Paul he should praise Chimchar for its efforts, but Paul retorts they should focus on their battle. Paul tells Ash he thought he was the only one to have this kind of type of Pokemon. This widened Ash's eyes. He questioned Paul, is he serious? Well, he would just show it. Elekid, stand by for battle! When Elekid was sent out, Ash and Dawn are shocked. Ash particular, he is concerned but he needs to focus. Krogan was sent out, and this was a very tough one because Elekid is not a normal one. Plus, after getting hit by thunder, Krogan is paralyzed. But poison Elekid back with Poison Jab. After trying to outstrat each other, it comes down to a Poison Jab and Thunder Punch, but both of them hit each other and faint. Dawn declared this battle a draw. Ash feels that this is not right to him, while Paul is dissatisfied on his team. But before he left, he releases his Starly. Ash asks why did he did that, but Paul coldly states he only keeps strong Pokemon. If they don't give him any progress, he would just release them. He doesn't want any weak Pokemon hindering him. Ash interjects that's kind of way. He interjects that kind of way, but before he could scold Paul about it, he left. Dawn tells Ash they need to find a nearby Pokemon Center. He nodded and heads up to one. Once they arrive to a center, Ash gives his mons to Nurse Joy. While waiting for them to fully heal, Ash is in his thought. He thinks about Paul's treatment to his Pokemon and his training style, but also his Elekid. He wonders, are there more out there like Gibble? But his thoughts were interrupted by Dawn, who asks him if he's alright. He is. He's just concerned about Paul having the same type of Pokemon as him. There might be more out there, possibly being found or not yet. It might go to the wrong hands and misuse them for anything nefarious. Dawn agreed to it, but also comments about Paul's way of treating Pokemon. It's not right. Ash remember what his mother said. Pokemon are our allies and friends. It's always important to have a bond with your Pokemon and good racing. That's what makes a good Pokemon trainer. He knows that's the case, but Paul is different. His ways are not right. Dawn remembers something. Since they're in a center, they should call Professor Rowan. They went to the PC to call him. Once he picked up, he greets the two and asks how their journey has been. They explain the events from Route 202 up until the encounter with Paul. So it seems that you two have been a lot of situations since both of you left, Rowan said. But Rowan gave Ash advice to not get overwhelmed and stay calm, even in pressure. He knows he's not as calm and collective like his mother, yet. But try to stay calm about it. When it's Dawn's turn, she asks in her voice where only Ash and Rowan could hear her, to upgrade her Pokédex to change moves features like Ash. Rowan is not surprised about this. He knows eventually Dawn will know about Ash's skill. That is from Hisui when people used to do it. So he would do it, but tells Dawn to not tell it to anyone. Dawn answers no need to worry. She would make sure no one knows and will practice it in secret. He asked Dawn to insert her Pokédex to the PC, which he did. After a minute, it's done. She thanks the professor for this, and they both say goodbye to Rowan. Nurse Joy calls Ash that his Pokemon are done healing and they need some rest. He thanks Nurse Joy. In the back of the center, Ash let out all of his team and asks if they're alright. Gibble's alright, he just needs rest. Growgunk is okay, but he's gonna need some rest from being zapped a lot. Starling needs to wait for his leg to recover. Ash apologized to his normal flying bird and hope he forgive him for causing that injury on his leg. Starling doesn't have any ill intent on his trainer. He chirps to him to signify to him. Ash smiles and tells his team when they're ready and fully recovered, they will train but also prove to Paul he's wrong about their style. The team cheered to this. It took about a few days during this. Ash is able to train his team. As for Starly, only a little bit due to its injury, but it's slowly better. He's also helped Starly learn Steel Wing, a more powerful move, and cover type disadvantages. This also motivates Dawn to train her team as well. He also added Elegit to his notebook. He was able to add info for what he remembered. The duo went to Oreburgh Cave to pass by. They don't have any interest of catching a Pokemon there unless disturbing a flock of Zubats, which nobody wants one. They did found some trainers, and also battled them. They finally reached Oreburgh City. Ash and Dawn headed to the gym. When they got there, they see Paul again and Ian, who take care of the place. Ash asks if the gym leader is around, but Ian tells him he is currently in the mines doing his fossil searching. Ash doesn't want to be rude, and it might be important, so him and Paul would wait for him. but he learned Paul would be the one to battle first. I guess he's alright with it. Plus, he can get to see how Rourke battle. After a while, Rourke came back and meets his two challengers. He asks Paul if he's the first one. Paul confirms it. Would walk into the battlefield, which looks like a rock, steel, or ground type gym. Both Ash and Paul thought to themselves. Rourke asks Paul if he's alright with the two watch his match. Paul doesn't really care if the two watch. Ash and Don headed to their seats and spectate the battle. Paul and Rourke's battle would go the same as in canon, except for Elekid. He would have more of an easier time with Cranidos, Onyx, and Geodude. Or, the original, but more easier. Paul won his match and got his badge. Rourke tells Ash to wait for another day for his battle. Ash is okay with it, plus he needs to make some stretch for his match. Ask if Paul's going to stick around to watch his battle, but Paul doesn't want to see it because he knows already Ash is gonna lose because of his style of battling. Ash stays calm but with a little irritation. But after persistence from both Ash and Dawn, Paul will watch his match tomorrow. Ash and Dawn headed back to do some practice and training. The next day, Ash is ready to take on Rourke. He meets him in the field while Dawn and Paul just watch. Rourke sends out Onyx. Ash didn't expect to send out Onyx so soon, but he sends out Gible. He tells Gible to use Dragon Rage, but Onyx dodges it, and he is about to use Slam until Gible bites into Onyx's tail. Onyx tries to shake Gible off, but he's very persistent. Gible let go but was sent flying right towards Onyx's back and landed Rock Smash, causing Onyx to be in pain. However, Gible is open in an attack because he's mid-air. Rourke tells Onyx to use Double Edge. Since Onyx's ability is Rock Head, he won't take any damage or recoil damage. The move landed, which made Gible send flying to a rock formation. Rourke won't let Ash to recover, commands Onyx to use Double Edge again. When Onyx hits the rocks, Gible is nowhere to be found. This shocks Rourke and tells Onyx to be careful and sense where Gible is. It took about a minute, but Gible strikes Onyx with Dig. Onyx uses Stealth Rock to hopefully cause damage to the rest. Shockingly, Gible used Sandstorm on himself, making a vortex of sand shielding him, but also sucking the sharp stone to be sent back at Onyx, seemingly damage him. Ash smirks to this even though it's not super effective. When Onyx tries to use Screech, it stops and it's in pain somehow. Everyone but Ash is shocked. Ash explains why Onyx is in pain. It's a splinter effect. It's a condition like hail and sandstorm. It has chip damage on the Pokemon. Rourke is impressed by this, while Paul would put this in mind. Gible finished up Onyx with Rock Smash while spinning to dodge Slam. Rourke sends out Geodude. Gible is tired from his battle, but he tries his best. After a few attacks, Geodude is damaged but not out. Takes out Gible with Seismic Toss. Ash recalls Gible, praising his starter for its efforts. He sends out Starly. Ash tells Starly to use Quick Attack, but Geodude uses Rollout, damaging Starly, but hits him back with Steel Wing. Geodude uses Hidden Power, launching the Energy Spear at Starly. He tries to dodge, but was hit, then followed by Seismic Toss. Starly is in the floor, almost defeated. Ash encouraged and begged for Starly to get up, but Rourke is about to finish it by one last rollout before he could stand. Starly is determined to win for his trainer and starts to glow, evolving into Starabia. Ash is happy to see Starly evolve and learn a new move. Starabia, with its rejuvenated strength, uses Aerial Ace and hitting Geodude and finishing it with Steel Wing. Rourke retrieves Geodude and sends out his last Cranidos. It defeated Starabia after using Focus Energy and Send Headbutt to stun it, and point blank hitting him with Flamethrower. Ash thanks his Starling Pokemon and sends out Krogunk. He knows Cranidos' weakness, but he has to play it smart. Cranidos charge in with Zen Headbutt while Krogunk just sits there. When Cranidos is near, Krogunk spins, somersaulting above, and when he lands he uses Mud Slap, hitting Cranidos in the face, then break his legs. When Cranidos uses Focus Energy then Headbutt, it's not as fast due to its leg is injured. Skorgunk just shoots out Poison Sting, which the poison needles barrages Cranidos with while it's stunned, follows it with Poison Jab, knocking Cranidos out. Ash won and hugged Skorgunk and thanked him and the rest for a job well done. Rourke congratulated him and gives him his first badge, the Cold Badge, and he thanks Rourke for it. Dawn congratulates Ash for his victory. Paul, however, is neutral to it. Also calls out the flaw on Ash's baton and other things. He went off after that. Ash doesn't mind, at least him and his team did it with enough training and trust. Ash and Dawn would stay in the center and explore the city, while a boy with blonde hair was just watching the battle, then left when Ash won. The next day, the duo reached Route 204, currently heading to Flomaroma Town for Dawn's next contest. While walking, they hear a voice shouting, "Wait! Stop right there!" When they turn to see who it is, Ash gets bumped into the person who was running very fast. Dawn asks if they were alright. The boy tells Ash he's going to fine him for bumping into him. But Ash counters he was the one who bumped into him. But wait, he recognized that voice and that phrase. When the two have a good look at him, they were shocked and exclaim, "Barry?" And that is all for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have fun writing this. I think this could be like one of my favorite Pokemon what ifs that I made. I mean, it's the Sinnoh special, but come on, it's Sinnoh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till we meet again. Bye everyone.